What's up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to another review. And today we're reviewing Killjoy 2. First thing off the bat, it's not as bad as the first one. It's actually a little bit better. The movie actually starts, it gets about 40 minutes into it for some reason, and there's no clown. I feel like this movie was meant to be something else, but then they threw Killjoy into it just for no reason. And a lot of the dialogue is very cringy. There's some hokey acting. None of the characters are really enjoyable. There's one that you like that's actually a decent character. The rest of them are very forgettable, and you just really don't want to deal with them the whole movie. Is this one good? No, it's still a bad movie. But it's definitely better than the last one. For some reason, the kills in this one are a little bit better. They're not, like, great. And the whole, like being in Killjoy's world was not a part of this. He was in the real world, or in our world or whatever, which I thought was a much, much better thing because of the fact that the other thing where it was just him being Killjoy, the other one was terrible. The first one was terrible. This one wasn't terrible. It was still a bad movie. But I think I had more fun with this one. There was a few things I noticed in the movie that I was like, really? Like, this one was just really terrible, in my opinion. Like it's not terrible. I don't think this one's just bad. Like, it's just like at some points the audio in the movie sounds very weird, and like the dialogue sounds weird. Not like what they're saying, but like actually the talking sounds weird. Like it sounds like it's recorded strangely, or not recorded the right way, or not recorded enough. It seemed a very weird way to film a movie like this, and the fact that this movie was even filmed the way it was. Don't get me wrong, this one's filmed much better than the first one. It doesn't have these weird angles, these weird shaky cams, and the lighting is much better. The whole movie takes place outside for the most part, which I do like running through the woods and a killer chasing people. I've always thought when it comes to horror movies. But with this one, it really wasn't something where I was like, okay, that it really bothered me the fact that nothing really happened with the clown until like 40 minutes into the movie. I was like really, and the movie's only an hour and 12 minutes long, so I was just. And they try to give some more detail on why this character exists, but then when you think it's going to be some stuff more, it's like, you feel like just like some stuff doesn't make sense, and just the facts, some of the characters are just straight up annoying. Like, this is nowhere near as bad as, there's no, like, weird, like, scenes, and none of the characters seem pointless, really. Like, everyone serves some sort of purpose. Each one of the kills are not the best. Definitely the best one is one where you don't even see, like, the result of it. You just, like, have to interpret it. Like, you see it happen, but you, like, the whole thing, like, happens kind of, like, off screen. But it's probably the best kill in the movie. This movie it was better than the first one, I won't lie. There was just like so much that this one did better that the first one didn't. The fact that this movie even has a theme that plays in the credits specifically for this movie, because it even like says like Killjoy 2, y'all, or something. I can tell a little more effort went into this film. And it was actually more enjoyable than some of the other movies, or than the last one. It's definitely not the worst I've ever seen. Like, it's not as bad as the first one in this series, but it's definitely not good. Like there's times in the movie where you're like, okay, that could work nicely, and look, probably the best character in the movie like disappears like a good bit through it, and then like doesn't show back up to the end, and like I feel like kind of like a missed opportunity, I guess. Why couldn't you had that with a different character? There were, and they kind of like have like a little fake out where you think a character died. And it didn't. They didn't. I don't know what I said. They didn't. And it's just so weird the way this movie goes, and the way the pacing of the movie is, and just it can be very slow at points. I think this one felt longer. It technically was 1 minute longer, technically, but it did feel a little strange. Not going to lie to you. A lot of this movie, though, it worked. I had fun with what I just watched. Nothing in this movie was stop, just stop. None of it was that. I can promise you I've seen... Well, there was some. Never mind, don't retract that statement. I didn't think this would be the next horror series I covered on the channel. I really didn't. But it is, so... the fact that this movie just is, and the tagline for this one, he's back for seconds. And I like the fact they got rid of the ice cream truck from this one. I'm hoping the third one is better. Maybe it'll be the best one, maybe. But I will tell you, this one was very much not a good movie still. Like, I had my fun, not really my fun, but it was more tolerable than the first one, and it's just really, there's some better scenes, the kills are a little more decent, and just the fact that not all the dialogue was terrible, not all the acting was terrible, but there was some terrible acting, some terrible dialogue, and just a whole bunch of badness in this movie. Like, there was just some real cringy moments. For some reason, there's this witch lady, basically, or voodoo lady, whatever you want to call her. For some reason, she seems like a typical teenager for some reason. I don't know why. She really just does. She doesn't seem to fit that role very well. I feel like I could have casted someone way better in that role. And there's one scene where that character screams, and you see cavities. Like, am I crazy? Or did I just see 2 cavities in your mouth? Like, are you really gonna shoot a scene like that where you can notice that? Well, yeah, it's some reason I just notice it. Makes it feel a little unprofessional. I don't know why. The movie is not done well, I guess you could say. Like, I've always wanted to do a killer clown story, which I kind of did one in the past, but it wasn't actually a clown story. I'm not gonna get into that. And this is an interesting concept. This could have been executed much better. Clown in the Woods, especially with what happened back in 2016, I think it was, with the clown stuff. This could have been a good concept. Now, this one came out literally a year after the first one, which was odd because it didn't seem there's enough time to make things better. But this one massively improved. Now, it does bring the continuity from the first one, which I thought it wasn't going to the way the movie was going. But then when the first mention of Killjoy, that's been bringing up what happened in the last movie, there's no returning characters besides Killjoy, which I think is done by a different actor, though, in this one. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's performed by a different actor in this movie, and it's like legit just something that, like, I noticed, even Will noticed it. And it's just the fact that this movie just didn't do some of the things right that you would hope from a movie like this. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and give my rating. This one can get a 2 out of 5. It's well, give it a 1.5. You can get 1.5. It can have that. because it's not a good movie still, but it's not as bad as the first, but it's still not good. It's still bad. But that's it for this review. I don't know when I will do 3, hopefully soon, but we're going to be playing some Resident Evil 7. Me and Will are here in a minute. So, I'm curious what the third one has to offer, though, and I think there's more of these movies that I'll get around to reviewing as well. It's good to be taking a break from Scooby-Doo reviews and reviewing something else. Don't worry, those will be getting back soon. Like I said in the previous video, Kiss Rock and Roll Mystery is the next one, so keep an eye out for that. We'll be reviewing it very, very soon. And yeah, and thing is about Scoob, it's getting released on Blu-ray soon, so I'll be able to just get it on Blu-ray and review it and watch it that way, even though I bought it on iTunes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.